Well, it's been a couple of weeks since I've been in here. I do apologise. I've had loads of messages asking where the Thursday night vlogs have been, but they're back. That was a little bit of a taster from where I was last week. I was away on the World Pairs, which has been part of the reason why I've not done one of these for a couple of weeks. As you can imagine, going into an event like that, A, it's very, very important. B, there's a lot of money to fish for. C, it's very prestigious. D, it covers loads of different venues. I can go on forever. There are that many different venues over in Ireland that you fish that week. The amount of preparation you need to do is quite extensive, you know, if you want to give yourself the best possible chance at competing. So that took up quite a bit of my time just preparing for that. The other reason was I've changed the software that I'm using to develop and produce these videos. Everything I've done so far, the 125 videos that I've done, have all been on GoPro Studio, which has been absolutely fantastic. You know, it's really quite simple to use, but it does obviously have its limitations. My plans for next year and the year after that are to go down other avenues with videos and the media side of things, the stuff that I like doing and enjoy doing. And part of that plan was to teach myself how to use professional software. That's what I've been doing for the last couple of weeks. I've gone down the route of Final Cut Pro, which is professional filmmaking and editing equipment, and you know, that's what I've kind of been teaching myself how to use over the last couple of weeks, and that's why I've not been able to produce as many videos. Now that's done, I'm quite happy with the results of that, and I know what the limitations are with it, and there's so much more for me to learn with that. But from now on, all the videos are going to be done with Final Cut. Well, it's been a fantastic couple of weeks. Like I say, I've had the World Pairs. Yes, before anyone asks, I have already been asked over the last few days. Yes, I've done a video for it. I'm still putting it together. I'm just editing it. As you can imagine, the competition is a 5-day competition, so there are 5 lots of video footage there to go through and just kind of put together in some kind of format that might make it a little bit entertaining for you. So that's going to take me a few more days. I'm hoping to get it done within a week. I've done quite a bit of it already, so that's going to be one video for the full week. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing some of that myself, because it's such a busy week. A lot of it goes in a bit of a blur, to be honest. It's rained every single day, every single night, and they are really long days. And I know that as I'm putting that video together, I'm going to be looking at things that I've kind of forgotten about, or just kind of reliving some of those matches. Even though it was only last week, it seems like it was a long time ago. So that will be uploaded on this channel within the next 7 days. So that's it, we're back to Thursday night vlogs. I've still got the live match footage coming on for you. That's just going to keep rolling out as and when I fish competitions. And one of the issues that I've been asked about again is the Q&A sessions that I haven't done for a couple of weeks. So here is just a few questions that you guys have been asking. What I'm going to do is, a lot of the older questions are a lot more general, so what I'll do is I'll probably answer those next week. But for this week, I want to keep it quite relevant and up to date for you, because that's what this is all about. It's about giving you fresh information about what I've witnessed and what I've seen throughout the week, and just pulling it together for you guys in one quick video just to break up your week. So the questions I've got here really relate to last week and just the experiences of what I've seen in Ireland over the last few days. So the first question I was asked was all about the World Pairs, how you enter it, what's it all about, and where are the results. Okay, I'm not going to try and answer all those issues by myself. The best thing I can do is, below, I'll put the link to the World Pairs website. They've had a website there for a few years now. That will give you all the information about what the venues are, what the event is all about. As regards the results, I don't really know if the results are on there, but I will have a check for you. If they're not at the link below, once I've filmed this, I'm going to go away and see if we can find the results electronically somewhere for you on the web, and I'll also put the link to that below for you so you can see the results. We all came away with a fantastic glossy copy of the results. They produce this every year, and this is actually on the night of the final presentation on the Friday evening, so they turn this around really quickly, which is brilliant. That's the format. It's really nicely put together. In here are all of there's actually even a list of the venues. That was the rotation order of the week. But what I'll do is, I'm not going to go into the finer details of the competition, because in 7 days time you're going to have a full video that covers all the venues that I've fished, just the kind of approaches, and I've also got some nice vlog information, a bit of a blog from Richie, who I fish with, Richie Hull. Hey up Richie if you're watching, mate, with just our thoughts on how each session went as well, so you might really appreciate some of his viewpoints on how his week went as well. So if I can get a link to the results for you, I'll put the link below for you. Next question was very similar again. Southfield, it's hugely popular now, and a lot of people are asking about it. Not so much in this region, because a lot of people in this area already know about Southfield. It's only 35-40 miles away from where I am in Sheffield, so there's a lot of people all over the country asking about it, about the matches. The best thing you can do is, if you're on Facebook, there is a Facebook page for Southfield. Just like that page. Just type in Southfield. It could even be New Fish Southfield or something like that. Just, you'll find the page, just like it, and I'll keep you up to date with all the match results and all that sort of stuff. And what I'll also do is, it's actually controlled by Doncaster Anglers Association, so I'll put the link below for you. That website is very good, because it's kept up to date with future matches as well. So if you're planning on going there, just having a bit of a session or a pleasure day or whatever, you can go on that website before you go, and it'll actually tell you how many matches are on, but it'll also tell you the peg numbers that they're actually on as well, so you have an idea of what pegs are going to be available to you if you want to go there pleasure fishing. Cracking website, links below. The next question is a brilliant one. Do you always use a shock leader when you're fishing with braid? For me personally, yes I do. It's just something that I've always done, and I'm just used to doing. Having said that, there are some very good anglers out there that don't always use shock leaders. A lot of them they just cast and fish straight off braid, and they do really fantastic. Some of them, I won't name them because they might not want to be named, but they get, great results, especially when they're casting at range, because casting at a long range, because with a shock leader, no matter how strong it is or what the diameter is, you're always going to get some stretch there. So those lads I know like to cast straight off braid, because there's no stretch there, and it helps them achieve some some quite long distances on the cast. The only thing I can say about that is something that I was taught 5 years ago. It was Wayne Bartholomew, and he just basically said to me, the great thing about using a leader, or always using a leader, is if you're fishing a snaggy venue and your feeder gets snagged up or whatever, if you're fishing braid direct, you don't always know where that's going to break. If you've got to pull for the break, because you haven't got a shock leader, you don't really know where it's going to break. And I think that's a really valid point, and something that stayed with me. But just answer to that is, yeah, I always use a leader. I've deliberately put this question straight after that one. Braid hook lengths. People have talked about using braid hook lengths in the past. I've got to mention this now, because this is something that was highlighted this week. There was, I'll not name the anglers because they might not want naming, but a lot of you on Facebook and stuff will probably know who they are anyway. There were 1 or 2 pegs in Ireland on one of the venues that were reported to be very snaggy. Because of that, lads were losing tackle, they were losing hooks, they were losing feeders, they were losing rigs, and obviously making it an incredibly frustrating day for them. One angler in particular that I know about actually switched to fishing braid direct, and he actually fished with a braid hook length purely because it was the only way he could get fish out. He was hooking fish, and I wasn't in his section that day, so I didn't witness it. I just saw the report from it, and I'm assuming he had to do that just because the rocks or the snags or the mussels or whatever tigers that were out there that were cutting the line or cutting the braiders, the leaders, I'm assuming they were used in braid hook lengths, because that was just obviously a lot more durable on those snags, and it helped him land more fish. I'll try and get more information about that if he wants to talk about it, but I'll not mention who he was. But yeah, it's an interesting topic. I've never done it. I've never fished with a braid hook length, I'll be honest with you, and I hope I never have to, because if that's the scenario when you have to use it, I don't want to be drawing any pegs like that. This is a brilliant one and could quite easily be a long video on its own. Lessons learned from Ireland. Every time you go fishing you learn something, but when you go on something like the World Pairs, it's a 5-day competition, 6 days if you're going to fish the open match the day before, and that could quite easily be six different venues. all within 1 week. And a lot of these venues are different, you know, a lot of them are deeper, close in, or shallow, or wide, or not. There are different venues and different pegs within those venues, and that's why you need to take so much kit with you to cover every eventuality. So you can't help but come away and learn a lot. You know, even if you get things right, you're still going to learn stuff because you'll have seen stuff around you. The 2 key lessons, I'm not going to bang on about this because I really want you to watch the video when it comes out in 7 days time, or whatever it's going to be when I get a chance to put that video together for the full week. But the 2 key lessons that I will kind of just flag up to you now to give you a bit of a taster, and for anyone who doesn't want to watch that video, it's going to just give you you know, a little bit of information from my week. One of the lessons was you've got to always believe that the fish are there. I won't name him, but I ran the bank for someone in the World Feeder Championships, and I won't name the venue because you'll guess what it is, but he was doing really, really well. It was on day 2 of the competition, and he'd had a great start, but the middle part of the match was really, really tough. It really went hard, and there was 1 or 2 anglers down to his right who were catching him up. He went a bit of a period where he hardly actually caught anything, and he wasn't really getting bites either. He wasn't getting indications, and I'm obviously trying to keep him up to date with what's happening in the section, and you know, because obviously we wanted to know where he was in that section, whether he was going to be, you know, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, whatever, so that we could obviously make decisions and help make decisions about his match in relation to where the other anglers were in the section, whether he's got to change anything or just carry on doing what he's doing. Within that period, it was amazing how many times he actually turned around to me and said, "Jamie, they're still there. The fish are still there." And throughout that period, he did nothing but constantly change things. He kept on the same line, he kept kind of feeding the same sort of thing, because that was the team plan, and that was the plan that we thought was going to, you know, win the World Championships. But he was constantly making little tweaks, putting a longer tail on, changing the hook pattern a little bit, or changing hook baits, or trying to move the feeder, or putting the feeder in a slightly different way. And he did that for the full period, and it was amazing within that period that he just kind of nicked 1 or 2 extra fish really, and then the fish soon came back, and he went on to do fantastic. And the key thing that stuck with me from that day was you've got to have belief that the fish are there. If you don't think the fish are there, if he, for example, within that middle period of the match, never believed that the fish were there, why would he go down the route of constantly changing his hook baits and changing his hook length? There's no point, is there? Because if you think the fish are not there, why make changes? Because it's not going to make any difference. He believed that they were there, so he was willing to make those changes, and that was something that I learnt last week. There were periods where you just simply couldn't get a bite, but over the course of a week, it's a weight competition. Every 100 grams counts. Every gram counts, but every fish you get over there, every bite you get could be a kilo of fish, and at the end of the week, that really makes a massive difference. So that was one of the key lessons: belief. And the second lesson that I learnt last week was, it's something I've known about a long time, but every now and then it's quite easy to forget about it, and you know, and you need some kind of situation, some scenario just to kind of drill it home to you again. And that was basically that, yes, when you look through results like that, year after year, the same names keep coming up. Yeah, alright, yeah, a lot of the top anglers do draw good pegs, but they also draw bad pegs. When they draw bad pegs, there's not a lot you can do about it. Just catch what you can from that peg. But the difference is, and I saw it again last week, the difference was when those top anglers drew the right area, they smashed it. They made the absolute best from that peg that they possibly could. Because with a weight competition, if you're going to draw some fish, you've got to make the most of it. That could quite easily win a competition for you. One good day on fish, and that's something that the top anglers very, very rarely get wrong. Of course they get it wrong every now and then, they're human. But when you keep seeing those names in that top 10 year in, year out in same events, of course they're going to have a fair share of decent pegs, but they're also going to have some bad pegs. But when they draw on fish, they make the most of it and really make it pay. That was another key lesson that was drilled home again last week. Well, I don't want to bore you with any more questions for this week. There's plenty more to come. Just keep firing them in. If you anything you want to ask about the competitions that I fish, or the people that I fish with, or the events that I'm fishing, anything like that, just obviously comment below or email me, whatever. Just send them, and I'll just roll them out. Like I said, these are going to be on every Thursday again now, without any hassle. Now I've got the new software installed. So just a bit of an update on what has been happening since I got back from Ireland and what's happening next week. So what's been happening this week? I got back from Ireland late on Saturday night, and Sunday was the Pennine Championship at Damflass Reservoir. A lot of you may have already seen my video from Damflass that I did a couple of weeks ago. That is the first kind of more polished video that I've done with the new software that I'm using. So for anybody that's not seen that, I'll put the link below for you. It's basically me making a film about how I went back up to one of my childhood haunts and went chasing some old quarry bream that live in the deep water at Damflass Reservoir, which is only a few miles away from where I live. Please let me know what you think of that. Like I say, I'll put the link below for you, and there are more videos like that coming through. We now got the new software and the new camera equipment and that sort of thing. But last week I got back from Ireland on Saturday evening, and Sunday was the Pennine Championship, which is the annual open match that they run at Damflass Reservoir. It takes place every year, and you know, it goes right back to my childhood, and I've only really had a chance to fish it probably once, I think, ever. And I didn't fish it this year because I knew I'd been in Ireland for 6 days, a little bit fished out, and I just needed a chill out day, so I didn't fish it. But I did actually get up there for half an hour just to see one of my mates, and I had a quick look round, and of course I took the camera with me. So here's a bit of footage from Sunday's match at the Pennine Championship. Every year Damflass Reservoir hosts the Pennine Championship. It's a fantastic competition. It's just about the only match really that takes place on this reservoir. A lot of you will have heard about the reservoir, and it's something that I did a video on a few days ago. I got back from Ireland late last night, so I wasn't able really to fish this competition because I thought I'd be a bit fished out. So I've just had a walk up here now, just have a quick look, see what's happening, and see my good mate Martin Edis. I'm over on the boathouse side, as you can tell by all the boats. They pegged all down here, which is the old match pegs. This is left out, and then they pegged from here going down to the dam head. That's the ticket office over there, and it looks like they pegged it over there on what they call the bus stop. Left the bay out. Just there's the quarry where I shot the video the other day. Put the link below for you. And then they pegged the plantation. Martin's somewhere down here, I think, peg 54. Few fish caught. End peg on this bank. Right down round that corner is Gareth Lambert's dad, Gary. He's got £15. I reckon he's winning this bit here, but he can't get a bite now. Charlie Simpson's got £3 or £4. Steve Whitfield is on that point with a white tray. He's got about £5.5. He's just up one now. He's having to reel in. Stood up fast. It's the only way he can get him up over that ledge. So he's got about £5.5, I think. Martin's admitting £7. They're the only weights I've really heard of on here. Down here, there's fish just being netted here now. It's a decent fish. The second from end peg down here is Mr. Speed. I'll go and find out where he's caught. Hold on, mate. You wink to your chap, look at that Speed. The first time I ever met Mr. Speed was up here. He had an ASI box, nowhere near the kit that he's got here, and I used to admire the ass off him. He used to come up here and win everything, and I'm still sat here learning from him now. Well, it's 3 o'clock, there's still another hour to go. They're fishing until 4, and unfortunately I can't stay for that, but it's nice to see a few fish being caught. I'm going to have to head back and get some work done, but yeah, I'll try and get hold of the results for you after this. I don't know if they'll be published somewhere, but I'll see if we can get hold of them for you. But yeah, great to see this annual event still taking place. Well, I didn't get a full list of the full results, but I do know that Bobcat Hall, well done mate, £23, he won the match. I think he wasn't far from where I shot the quarry video, somewhere between the quarry and the plantation, I think he was. I'm not 100% sure, sorry if I've got that wrong. Bob, but top result mate, absolutely fantastic. 50, I don't know how many anglers fished, 58, 60 anglers, something like that. Great result mate, all skimmers and bream on the feeder. Fantastic result, great result mate. So that's about it. I've got to go and get some work done now, so I just want to say welcome back to Thursday Night Vlogs. I hope you're enjoying the channel. It's going really fast. I'm over the moon with the way it's going. Loads more videos coming. If you haven't subscribed, please do, because then you'll be kept up to date with all the ad hoc videos that just get loaded without any warning. So that's it. I haven't got any matches this weekend, so I've got Saturday and Sunday off from matches. I am going to be out doing various things, but yeah, I just want to say welcome back to Thursday nights. One final question that I got asked was, I know Craig Butterfield on the Matrix website said something about me carrying so many feeders. The main reason for that is because a lot of the venues we go to, we never really know what kind of situations we're going to come across. He was referring to me carrying this feeder bag. There we go. You can probably tell how heavy that is by the way I picked it up. It's hard. What are feeder bags? Yeah, a lot of the venues with fish, you've got to carry a wide variety of feeders because you don't know what you're going to need. But I also got asked twice this week about what do I do when I go to venues that I do know what to expect. Like, for example, when I'm at Larford in the winter or Boston, it's different in winter. You know, you might have 4 or 5 cage feeders and 4 or 5 method feeders, because that's all you need. You're not losing feeders. There's not snaggy venues. What do I carry? I carry one of our double-sided boxes. Simple as that. I've had one of these for quite a while. I've just had 2 more come because I'm trying to make a couple up for specific venues, and like one for lakes, one for rivers, just to kind of cut down on the amount of kit I'm carrying. This one's just double-sided, so that's a deeper side, and then you've got another lid on the other side, which is a shallow side, and that should be, you know, that's more than enough for when you go to venues that you know. That's all I do, but it's not necessary. You know, all I'm saying is a lot of lads carry the feeders, even anglers that get some fantastic results. Just carry them in a bait box, and you know they get results with it. But I prefer to be organised wherever I can because it helps with my prep at home. If I know I'm going somewhere, it's late on a Friday night, and I've got to go out or whatever, I can just pick up what I need. That box is for Southfield or whatever, just chuck it in my bag and then it's done. And when I get home, just put it back, it's there. It just helps. Yeah, you want to be organised on the bank, but a lot of preparation is done at home and just making sure you've got everything for every scenario. But that's it. It's Friday tomorrow. I haven't got a match, so there won't be any live match footage over this weekend, but next week, within the next 7 days, I promise you will get the World Pairs video. The full week, you'll see Big Richie and Tyler, of course, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to finishing that off for you, and please let me know what you think. Have a look at the Quarry video below, and please get subscribed if you haven't already, and if you like the videos, just please share them. That's all it is, you know, we're just sharing the love of fishing, breaking up our midweek while we're counting down to the weekend. So that's it. It's Friday tomorrow. Have a fantastic day and have a fantastic weekend wherever you're off to. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all next week.